Hello everyone and welcome back to Data Cloud Now. I'm now delighted to be joined by Marius Froisland, Head of Data and Analytics at Telia. Marius, such a pleasure to have you on the program here today.
So nice to be here and at this fabulous event.
The energy and excitement are all around us. Marius, at Telia, you have been pioneering digitizing societies for the past 170 years. You now have a team of 19,000 strong providing digital infrastructure for 25 million customers across the Nordic and Baltic regions. From your seat, how is telecommunications evolving and how will your data strategy continue to lead the way?
Because data is at the heart of everything we do, right? It's no longer optional to be using data in your production processes. It is core in every process. And as the whole telco business has gone from manual, like think of the old manual switchboards,
Right.
And now it's all being automated. And what fuels the automation is data. And it's having control of your data. And if you look at like the things we can get from vendors like you, technical limitations are soon not what's stopping us. It is what are we allowed to do with the data? And I think that in order for us to be allowed to do the things we want, we need to be a trusted data processor. And in order to do that, we need data governance. So I see data governance as one of the big things that is gonna be on the rise. And it's also super important in the whole AI sphere. And there, we also get to use AI to make data governance, right? There's tools now to do the classifications or make descriptions and metadata about the data. So it's a promising future.
Great perspective. I want to dive a little bit deeper and explore the telecommunications sector as a whole. What trends are emerging and how is the AI Data Cloud powering your insights on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, so if you think about telcos, right, it's been a journey of consolidation all across the world. And then we see maybe specifically in Europe and the Nordics, there's a strong push from the governments to keep multiple actors. So if you're looking into the future, and this is a saturated business, right? Everyone has a phone, most people have broadband connections, so it's not new customers to be found. That means you're competing on price, and price is tightly connected to your cost, and you're competing on customer experience. And in both of those things, I think AI is key. And often when we talk about AI these days, it's ChatGPT and LLM, but we shouldn't forget about machine learning that telcos have been doing for many, many years. It's essential for our operation, right? Anti-churn, figuring out what's the next best action for the customer, making personalized communication to our customers. AI is core in that already. And then when we add the LLMs on top, it opens a lot of new opportunities. Like out-of-the-box tools like GitHub Copilot make internal development more efficient. But then you can also build these custom RAG chatbots, and maybe you can make customer care more efficient or sales more efficient. So I think that there's a huge potential in both efficiency and also the creating a good customer experience, which will be a competitive advantage for whoever masters it.
Great perspective and insights. The AI Data Cloud ecosystem is quite literally all around here in Stockholm. What's top of mind for you today while on site at the Tele2 Arena, and why are you so bullish for what's next?
I'm thinking about three things that I'm super excited about. The first one is talking to my data, or rather maybe have business executives be able to talk to the data. And there are products on the market like Cortex Analyst that can do this to some extent today. But you need really, really clean data, unambiguous data, and maybe a bit narrow data for it to work. I would excited to see how this will develop when the AI actually understands my question, can interpret it and go from there. That will make it a much, much more useful tool. And I love the day then the CEO can pick up the phone and just ask the phone about his current business and get the answer straight in the phone. That would be awesome. So that's my first. Secondly, I'm super bullish about speech to text. Many will think that this is a solved problem and like Siri and Alexa can do it. Yeah, for English and the big languages. But if you think, I'm from Norway, right? It's a very small language with lots and lots of dialects. In addition, we have our customer care call center. They take calls in many different languages and they might even change during a call. And having the system be able to pick up which language is now being spoken transfer it into text, and ideally translate it into one, like a unified analytics language that you could use. Huge potential, because you could detect sentiments of a customer calling in and when they hang up, because a customer service call that takes a customer from unhappy to happy is a great experience, right? That's what we want.
Couldn't agree more.
And you can also use it to coach the agents. You can detect problems early because the system will be able to detect patterns of questions customers are asking. So that is my number 2. And then number 3 is capturing the data that we haven't been able to capture in the past. So like think of contracts. You have millions of contracts. Extracting if did they get this option in their contract way back when they signed it, or just pulling that metadata out, I think has a huge potential for making us more efficient and use new data. So those are my 3 things.
It's a bright future indeed. Such a pleasure sitting down with you, Marius. As you look out, what's your primary objectives, and how will Telia continue to adapt to meet the evolving needs of your customer base?
So I think the key thing for us is customer experience. Give customers a smooth, good experience from the first interactions to the last interaction. And that is going to be fueled by data and AI.
Well, Marius, such a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us here in Stockholm.
Thank you for having me.
For the audience watching, I'm Ryan Green with Data Cloud Now. Thank you so much for joining us here in Stockholm on Data Cloud Now. We'll see you soon.